see if we could get another plantation. And we'll probably keep on going until we call it a day.
Still to come in Caribbean Cops, it's decision time for the booze cruise to dive or not to dive.
Did you guys see the nudie cruise?
There's a death on the high seas in St. Lucia.
I saw a body floating.
And things get saucy on a jungle safari.
I can say, what does it remind you of? This is all the local Viagra in there.
Next in Caribbean Cops, the St. Lucian Marine Police get a gruesome distress call.
I saw a body floating.
A party of revelers go head-to-head with the locals in an eye-watering dive-off. And the police in Tobago take the war against drugs house to house. The sun shines all year round in the Caribbean. The water's as warm as a bath, and it's an adult playground for everything from banana boats to luxury yachts. Keeping the waters safe from unlicensed jet skis and 21st century pirates of the Caribbean are St. Lucia's naval police. Today, they're on a routine patrol of the waters off Pigeon Point. The crew, led by Constable Gavaline Bruet, are making their presence known with spot checks on tourist yachts. Most accidents at sea are caused by gung-ho amateurs or by boats that aren't fit to sail.
Most of the guys or persons would be operating in a reckless or dangerous or doing something against the law.
The first vessel they check is a yacht registered in Great Britain.
We're gonna carry out a boarding in which we're gonna ask a few questions.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Constable Brett, so how are you doing today?
We're doing very well, thank you.
At present, we're just carrying out our normal routine checks.
Frank and Diana Jansen are Caribbean veterans. This is their 6th time in St. Lucia, and being boarded by the police is becoming a routine. Like all good sailors, they can spin a good yarn. It looks idyllic, but the seas off St. Lucia have hidden dangers.
The yacht got boarded at night by 2 people, and the people on it were held up and robbed. I don't think they were hurt, but they were seriously frightened. And
been a few incidents this year where people have been injured and boarded and somebody was attacked. And it actually makes you think twice about stopping in an island if you think that there's going to be problems.
Frank and Diana pass the check with flying colours. Then a call comes in from base. Another tourist yacht has reported a dead body at sea.
Roger, what's that? I received some information from my supervisor that about half a mile off this point over there, Pigeon Point, that some vessel located a dead body in the water.
The routine patrol is over. The crew of the yacht points the police in the direction of the body.
Just behind the big cat, just behind the big cat, there's a white tender with blue line waiting for you. I saw a body floating.
Their worst fears are realized. Oblivious to anything but where the next rum punch is coming from, 10,000 college kids have just landed in Jamaica on the annual spring break invasion. It's a 2-week party where the only rule is there are none. They've got big teeth, buff bodies and bulging wallets, and they've taken over the resort of Negril. These hardcore partiers aren't here for arts and crafts. They've booked themselves on an all-day booze cruise.
The wild thing, everybody's on here having fun, drinking. duty 24/7.
The music's loud and the drinks are on the house. Question is, will anyone still be standing by the time they reach the climax of their trip, the sunset cliff dive at the world-famous Rick's Cafe?
Oh my God.
Back in St. Lucia, the sea's no longer a playground, but a graveyard.
Behind the big cat, there's a white. I saw a body floating.
A sailor has alerted the police to a dead body in the water. They've gone straight to the scene. The corpse is found bobbing between luxury yachts. They've now got to get down to the gruesome task of hauling the body from the water and getting it back to dry land, where the real police work can begin. It's not their first time, but the retrieval of a body is always a somber task.
It has happened before, but it's not common.
They call for support, and another Marine unit, led by Corporal Morris, arrives to assist them. To retrieve the body, they use a device called a sea cradle, a stretcher on floats that should allow the body to be scooped from the water without it disintegrating. With the bloated corpse now on board, they can return to port and the start of a possible murder investigation.
The fellas left Grocery already. They left Grocery, but they're going to be there in a while.
A welcoming party has assembled on the Grocery jetty. Amongst their number is state pathologist Dr. Stephen King. As soon as the body is on the quay, Dr. King carries out a preliminary examination to determine the cause of death. At this stage, there is nothing to suggest foul play.
Well, I just had a preliminary examination. We're going to do a complete post-mortem later. But preliminary, I see no marks of violence as such.
The identity of the dead man is a mystery, but Constable O'Burr has his own convictions.
He's a local lunatic, because we've had instances where we have to chase him out of the harbor. It's what he would do when you have those cruise ships around, or any of those boats, those cargo boats. He would jump in the harbor and he would start swimming towards way out at sea. On many occasions we've had cause to go stop him, have him put him on board and bring him back ashore. Guys from the parlor, from the morgue, they're here so that they're gonna transport him to the morgue.
The stench of death is overpowering. Watched by a stunned crowd, the body begins the next stage of its journey. At the city morgue, work is already underway. The identity of the dead man and his cause of death are still both unknowns. For Dr. King, the pathologist, it's an all too familiar process.
You always make an assumption that there's foul play. I mean, you know, because that's what you want to exclude, so you just make that assumption almost up front.
Behind closed doors, Dr. King gets to work. After 2 hours, the autopsy is complete. The findings are inconclusive. Dr. King has found a significant blow to the back of the dead man's head. Despite his initial findings, foul play can no longer be ruled out.
The circumstances in which he received that trauma is subject of further investigation, whether, you know, it was inflicted or whether it was a fall.